Welcome to a new series called Straight to the Point. Tonight, we're here to test the very first publicly known prototype of Sonic Heroes for the GameCube. Obtained via a community effort, the original NR disc will not work on any retail GameCube due to its physicality. But when the contents have been dumped as an ISO to burn on a normal disc, will it then function? Well, just remember you cannot play copies natively. You'll need to get your system chipped like I have, or find a method to initiate the homebrew, Swiss, which can then read the ISO from a memory card. Both can help bypass the region lock, seeming as this beta is Japanese. I can confirm either method will boot up the game, but holding B while reading from the disc gives me no option for progressive scan, and I'm stuck with 480i. At least with Swiss, I can force 480p, and the prototype can live with that, as long as you're utilising the compliant cables, of course. The title screen is entirely different as expected, and there are two levels/difficulties to choose from, Seaside Hill or Rail Canyon. The first level proves some old object layouts, and our heroes are a lot less chatty. Power levels aren't shown or implemented yet, though I believe they're on their second tier as standard. Team Blast is also nowhere to be found. Still, the stage is fully playable and can be completed. Rail Canyon also shares its differences from the final, but again, it's possible to reach the end. You might get the odd animation from time to time, and if you stay motionless for too long, paused or not, the game will vacate to its coming soon screen. Nonetheless, the only major crash I was able to discover is when you hit the reset button on the GameCube. The Sonic Iris transition will exit the playthrough, but then the Sega logo faintly shows its presence and will lock up the console. To validate my findings, I tested a disc on my PAL GameCube, which has also been modded to play burned images, and it can back up my statements. Just note that the PAL machine will run in a 480 vertical resolution rather than the 576 lines due to the region of the game, so be sure to have a display that understands that frequency. I tried forcing 576 in both interlaced and progressive via Swiss, but it persisted. While both scans work with this build, when forcing progressive, I did notice the spots circling the question tags were absent. Not sure why it does this, because checking the final version in 480p illustrates them just fine. So, does Sonic Heroes E3 prototype work on real hardware? Yes, it does. Through the power of patches on an emulator, you can enable other teams or even start unfinished levels, but I was not able to find a way to convert these patches for Swiss, so I can't confirm these secrets on the console. I've read as long as you know what you're doing with soft modding, it can be made to run on a Wii, but I wasn't prepared to accidentally brick my system. There is also a trimmed extract of the beta at 80 megabytes to save some strain on your internet. But no matter what I tried, it would not boot up on either of my GameCubes. Also, my friend Gerbilsoft was kind enough to test this on his RVT-H reader, and can confirm it mirrors all of my findings. And that, my friends, is Straight to the Point.